Alright, I'm doing this.
Alright, well you guys saw April Fools. You saw that SE box walk in. Of course, April Fools, everybody has these big jokes. But this is real. This is what was in that box yesterday. This is the brand new SE Bikes Fast Ripper. This is a highly anticipated bike drop. I ride a Fast Ripper, and there's half the people that come into my shop to buy a BMX bike want a Fast Ripper. It's a 10-speed, big-wheel BMX bike. Of course, this is not true BMX that we grew up with up in the 80s where, you know, the little fast race bikes would race on a track. There's a whole lot of adults and kids that have got into this thing called SE Bikes Life. It is an amazing culture of riders that is spreading all over the world. While it seems like there's a lot of other bike genres that aren't doing so well, full suspension mountain bikes, road bikes, there's a lot of genres that aren't doing so well. In April of 2025, SE Bike Life is alive and kicking all over the world. Probably the fastest segment of bicycles other than e-bikes. Now, what makes this one different than the rest of them that come over the last few years? Because most of them have been the same part spec. It's been a great part spec. I ride one. I probably have 12,000 miles on mine. But this year they have changed some parts. So it's not just colors that have changed this year. We've got a whole list of parts coming in with, I'm watching Dan. Dan's coming in with a BMX bike right now. So come on in, Dan. Come on in. Let's see what you got. Hey, Dan. Bring that sucker in. Let's see what you got.
Come on.
Oh yeah, so Dan's walking in with a big ripper. Oh, this one's cool. Or big flyer, big flyer. We'll get back to this new fast ripper. But check out the big flyer. So when I say a single speed, that's what I'm talking about. Most of the BMX bikes have a one gear on them, just like they did when we were kids. And usually one gear is great. You get a little bit thicker chain, so you know some of the more powerful riders or kids, it's harder to tear these up with one big chain. There's no derailleur down here that can get tore up. We see a lot of kids having a blast on these with very little maintenance. Even a lot of adults that have multi-speed bikes want to break it down and do something simple. So the big flyer is one of their models. It's the retro series, and you can see this one's awesome. It's white with orange rims. So here's SE right here. If you don't know what SE, 45 years of building amazing BMX bikes. So Scott Brinkoff has got an awesome story. Look up the SE story on YouTube, and you can see how it all started. So let me get back to the Fast Ripper here. Now this year, rather than having a SRAM drivetrain, they've got a Shimano drivetrain. As a guy that owns a bike shop and sells a lot of bikes, I really like Shimano cues. Everything works on an 11-speed chain. And you're probably thinking, well, 11-speed chain, what's a 10-speed gear system? Well, you're right, but you can do 9, 10, and 11 with Shimano cues. So it really has simplified things, especially simplified people that want to go one-by drivetrain. So this one is called the Q's Shadow. And you actually have, see this little lever right here? This is a clutch that's built into the rear derailleurs. There's actually a clutch in there. Keeps that chain snapped back nice and tight, so you don't get a lot of, like, if you do a bunny hop or jump off a curb or something like you know you're going to, you don't get that chain slap, and you normally have a hard time dropping off that front chain ring. So a lot of people that have tried to go one-by with a regular derailleur that doesn't have a clutch in it, you seem to drop chains a lot. It's just not made for it. So I'm really happy that they put the new Shimano Shadow, Shimano Q's Shadow on there. The SRAM short cage derailleur that I have on my bike is robust. It's got a stout spring, and I very rarely ever drop a chain, but I'm also a veteran rider that knows how to do a bunny hop pretty lightly. Now, I have seen a lot of people drop chains. And one thing with that old derailleur, when you take the rear wheel out, you got to be careful not to roll it backwards because the rear derailleur actually hits the cogs on the back sprocket. So I've noticed a whole different gear system that's actually on this bike. This is one of the first models that came off the floor. Like this is the first one we've had in Biloxi Bicycle Works, and it's probably the first one in Mississippi or even the southern tier. But on the part specs on the computer is a little bit confusing to what we're actually seeing on the bike. So you can see here we've got a link guide 4511 tooth on this bike, and it's on the specs of the wheel online. Now there's also a cassette spec online, and I believe that was an 1132.
32 or 34?
Or 34. 1134 would make more sense. So this is what actually is being spec'd on the bike, is a link guide 4511, which is a really, really wide gear range. So if you get caught into the wind, like it's super windy. I know there's a BMX ride tonight. It's actually my buddy Alex Vessa's birthday.
Aww.
Alex Vessa is the king of BMX on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it's his birthday tonight. They're doing a BMX birthday ride. I'm gonna miss
happy birthday, Alex.
Yeah, happy birthday, Alex. But that's a good day for this new bike to drop. Although this is not true BMX, and Alex is kind of a truest. You've probably seen him on some of my YouTube videos with some amazing, amazing bikes. True BMX stuff. But it's kind of fun to get out of the box and make a bike that's good for multiple people to ride. And then the culture is very welcoming too to people that just want to ride for the pure fun of it. I know, like at the end of the week after owning a bike shop, when I'm dealing with a lot of my road bike buddies, and I'm dealing a lot with my mountain bike buddies, and I'm dealing with a lot of my hybrid friends, it's kind of nice at the end of the week to just go BMX only. And we break it down and just ride for the pure fun of riding. And that's what this bike's all about. So this is the first fast ripper. You guys have probably seen them on SE Bike Life. We had some of the SE team riders come down. I've seen the black one, but this is the first time I've seen the gold one in person, and they call this color Gold Bling. I think it looks really cool with this kind of dark gray, almost black matte finish front crank. Looks awesome. It is a threaded bottom bracket, so it makes servicing this stuff pretty easy. And you do have the MT200 brake, so it's a 2-piston brake, which makes wheelies. These are wheelie bikes. It makes wheelies amazingly more sustainable to keep up. Sometimes when you're doing a wheelie and you're just learning, you got to rely on that back brake a little bit. If you're relying on a back rim brake, it's a little bit sketchy compared to having an actual hydraulic disc brake. So that makes all the difference in your stopping power. And Shimano makes a great brake. So the shift lever is really easy to reach. And SE is stocking this bike with enough cable that you can at least put maybe a 10 or 11 inch bar on without having to replace hydraulic lines. So it comes with the big honking bar. It's a 7.5 inch rise. It is pretty wide, but a lot of bigger riders end up, that's the one upgrade people usually do, is get a handlebar that maybe fits them a little bit better. The 7.5, me as a 5'9" rider, fits just fine. It's a cool bike. Of course, you got the landing gear fork, which is legendary. Oh, and this is a change for this year. This bike used to be stocked with the thick slicks. Most people change those thick slicks out. They are a fast tire. It's called a fast ripper. But people want a little bit more robust tire, something with some traction. So I noticed this year they're putting the V tire on there. So V Tire is a good company. I was actually sponsored by V Tire when I was a mountain bike racer for a while. Now, a lot of the mountain bike racers didn't like their tires so much, but I thought they were great. I still have an old set back there. I looked at them yesterday. Took them off some old rims. But it's a 29-inch wheel, and it looks like about a 2.10, 29 by 2.10. So it's quite a sizable tire, and it has a faster rolling pattern, but it does have grip. So if you roll this thing into a corner, you really lean this thing over, you actually have some grip on the side of it. I haven't had a chance to ride this bike because I'm just walking into the shop, so I don't know how loud they are, but it looks like it wouldn't be a very, very loud tire. When I'm looking at this tread pattern on the front, it looks like a directional tread pattern. I'll double check that, so I'm just looking down at it for the first time, but I like the Speedster V tire. Oh, and look, they are branded SE. So right there, SE right on the tire. That's cool. Well, we're noticing a lot of different things about this bike, as it's, like I said, brand new in the shop, hand welded, designed in USA. So we got some pizza from a customer too. All right.
There we go. Yep.
Thank you, thank you. We're doing a YouTube video right now on a brand new bike, a BMX bike. And you're kind of a purist when it comes to your road bikes, but you have changed your road bike up and customized it.
Oh yeah.
This is a big kid's BMX bike. So from Bart from Bicycle Works YouTube, from Biloxi Bicycle Works, proud SE dealer, brand new bike drop right here. The 2025 Fast Ripper is in the house, and it should be at your local dealer soon. So if you have a chance, definitely support your local dealer, and you can buy these direct off the SE website. But support your local dealers. Bike shops need you right now, and we're the ones that throw the rides after work. So here it is, guys. It looks awesome. More to come on this bike. It's being sold locally, so I'll get the guy who buys it to put some miles on it and give us a long-term review. Bart from Bicycle Works YouTube, over and out. All right, well, there's the new Fasty right there. That's the new white Big Flyer. You've been riding Ron's other bike, haven't you? The black Fast Ripper? Did you have to lower the seat a little bit? Because you can see Ron right there with a bad boy shirt. He's not a small guy. And that's Greg. Greg just bought that full suspension top fuel. Nice going, Greg. And look at Greg, he's on his old Supercross. I tell you what, here at Biloxi Bicycle Works, man, we got the coolest customers and friends. And Greg, you've had this in your race arsenal for years.
2010.
Since 2010. Now, Greg said it more for what we're doing here, bad boy BMX stuff. He's gonna let our friend Brittany ride this bike tonight. So you put a smaller chainring on the front, so she doesn't have to push a big race chainring.
Bigger bars.
Bigger bars. You got the red and blue grips. But yeah, this is Supercross right here, man. This was a cool. It still is a cool bike, but it's kind of set up more for just street rolling now, and that's what we do. We roll street a lot. It's BMX has changed over the years from we always just used to race, race and jump, you know, and now we're just having a blast, you know. So, and Ron is the first one to have a Fast Ripper, the new Fast Ripper, in the state of Mississippi. Really, I mean, I don't know any other shop that got one. You know, so.
I'll take it. Thank you, Mark. Biloxi Bicycle Works finest. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ron. We appreciate it. I'm going to show on the back of your shirt. So, guys, you remember the old bad boy? We're the Bad Boy BMX Club, and I like to say we're a bunch of old guys rolling around, but we're really not that old.
No.
I'm 55. I don't think that's old.
No, not at all. Just beginning.
Greg, you're right in that age group.
Yeah, 45.
45, all right. You should see when he shaves his beard. He looks like a dang teenager. And look, he just bought this awesome top fuel. So it's cool doing, you know, mountain bikes and BMX bikes. And I'm going to ride a gravel bike road style tonight. These guys are going to be out rolling around in Ocean Springs with a Bad Boy BMX Club. I mean, here on the Gulf Coast, we got riding galore.
Yep.
I see you and your wife riding around Ocean Springs all the time, just enjoying.
Date night every other night.
Date night every. When Ron came in, I think Ron is one of the happiest guys on the Gulf Coast now, because he wanted to ride bikes with his wife, but he didn't know if you would like it.
Right.
So we had to buy you a special edition because you're kind of bougie. And then she started pushing the pedals like she's a speed demon now. She's like putting it down on us. So I don't know. Bikes make the world a better place. I like to say that, but the bike is just the vessel. It's the people. Yep. You know, it's the people. Like thank you, Ron. I appreciate people like you. I mean, this is awesome. Hey guys, this is Bart from Biloxi Bicycle Works. Getting ready to get Ron his new Fast Ripper and let him go hit the road. Greg, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing you out. We're going to ride the trail Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to ride the trail Sunday.
I'm either going to go there or Blakely.
All right.
One of the two.
We got
Probably.
options.
Matt's coming Sunday.
Okay.
So he said he's going to ride with you guys and then fall back and ride with me. So.
Okay. All right.
I got to put these tires in. I forgot about the tires. You coming tonight?
Yeah.
All right, let's go get Ron's new bike all set up for him. I do like this gold. It does look good, doesn't it? The white looks cool on this bike. Here we got this customer coming to get it in. But yeah, I really like bling gold. And you know, Ron's gonna put some special touches on it. Ron's gonna put some special touches on it. But it's sweet, right out of the box. Oh, I gotta show Ron something on the website. We've already found a couple cool things on this bike that are beyond what the website has. So, well, Ron's coming in to get his new bike. We got to get him set up.